Hi guys, my name is Megha and I welcome you all to the webinar. I hope I'm audible. Please let us know by typing in the chat box if you are facing any problems with sound or screen. Also, please bear in mind the question and answer round will happen at the end of the session, but feel free to type your questions in the question box on right side as we proceed. So I have with me Ritu Jain and Bhaskar Das. A brief introduction. Ritu is a dynamic and a result-driven individual with total 13 years of work experience in academics and industry with brands such as Shahi Export House, The Home Store and Big Joe's. She is a postgraduate diploma holder in fashion retail management and also qualified in international business. Her key competencies include teaching, mentoring, curriculum development, conducting workshops, training and consultancy. About Bhaskar. Bhaskar is a seasoned professional with over 17 years of corporate experience in global environments with stints in the US and SEA. An effective communicator with ability to handle difficult situations, his experience encompasses an extremely diverse path in merchandising, marketing, business development, and pipeline design with technical understanding of fabrics, costings, T&A planning, and order execution. Let's hear what they have to talk about in today's webinar on Be the Brands Behind the Biggest Fashion Brands. Over to you, Ritu and Bhaskar.
Thank you, Megha. First of all, a very good afternoon to all of you. And now I'm going to take you through the two courses, that is postgraduate fashion business, lifestyle retail, and marketing and merchandising. I'll be focusing on lifestyle retail, and Mr. Bhaskar Das will be talking about marketing and merchandising course at Pole Academy. But before that, let's discuss about 2020. What are the business models going to be like by 2020? That's a major concern because we have to prepare for tomorrow. Are we ready for that? Sorry, the slide is not moving. Just a sec. Yeah. So the first question that ponders is, what are the retailing trends going to be in future? What are the business trends going to be in future? Are the business models going to be the same what they are today? No, they are going to change dramatically. But we have to know what are the futuristic trends going to be like and prepare ourselves for that. Let's talk about retailing first. What do you think is going to be the future trend for retailing? I'm sure you must be aware of the terms like showrooming and reverse showrooming. The showrooming trend is basically when a customer goes to the online channel and looks at the options available at the online channel but buys at the store. And reverse showrooming is exactly the opposite. Sorry for the technical glitches.
Come here. When I do this, वेबकैम ऑन हो रहा है तो वेबकैम क्यों ऑन हो रहा है ये करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना नहीं now you can.
We are sorry for the technical errors. Let's just get started with the presentation once again. So I was talking about year 2020. What is the scenario going to be in 2020 in terms of business, and what kind of skills are going to be in demand for the workplace? So let's look into this slide. As per the World Economic Forum report on future of jobs, complex problem solving is going to be the topmost skill which is going to be in demand. Next is going to be critical thinking, creativity, people management, coordinating with others, emotional intelligence, judgment and decision making, service orientation, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility. Well, I also believe the skill for digital learning and skill for collaboration is also going to be in demand.
There's some problem because
What happened?
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
hi guys, welcome. Sorry for the technical glitch. We are starting the webinar. My name is Megha and I welcome you all to the webinar. I hope I'm audible. Please let us know by typing in the chat box if you're facing any problems with sound or screen. Also, please bear in mind the question and answer round will happen at the end of the session. But feel free to type your questions in the question box on the right side as we proceed. So I have with me Ritu Jain and Bhaskar Das. A brief introduction. Ritu is a dynamic and result-driven individual with total 13 years of experience in academics and industry with brands such as Shahi Export House, The Home Store and Big Joe's. She is a postgraduate diploma holder in fashion retail management and also qualified in international business. Her key competencies include teaching, mentoring, curriculum development, and conducting workshops, training and consultancy. About Bhaskar. Bhaskar is a seasoned professional with over 17 years of work corporate experience in global environments with stints in the US and SEA. An effective communicator with ability to handle different situations, his experience encompasses an extremely diverse path in merchandising, marketing, business development, and pipeline design with technical understandings of fabrics, costing, T&A planning, and order execution. Let's hear what they have to talk about in today's webinar on Be the Brains Behind the Biggest Fashion Brands. Over to you, Ritu and Bhaskar.
Thank you, Megha. Yeah, thank you. What I'm going to talk about is the trends. Trends in terms of the skills which will be in demand futuristically at the workplace, and also the trends in retailing. Thereafter, I'm going to talk about the PG Diploma in Fashion Business Lifestyle Retail course. Post that, Mr. Bhaskar will take you through postgraduate diploma in fashion business, marketing and merchandising course. So we all know that the business models in 2020, by 2020 is going to change dramatically. What we are doing today is not going to be the same what we will do in 2020. But are we ready for that? So let's see, how do we prepare ourselves for the future? What all should we know, or what all should we do to prepare ourselves in future? The top 20 skills which are going to be in demand by 2020, as per the World Economic Forum report by the name Future of Jobs, says that complex problem solving is going to be the topmost skill that is going to be in demand. After that, the number 2 skill which will be in demand is critical thinking, followed by creativity, people management, coordinating with others, emotional intelligence, judgment and decision making, service orientation, negotiation, cognitive flexibility. Also, I feel beside this, today's time is the time for digital natives. It's for centennials. It's no more about millennials. So futuristically, it's also going to be about digitization skills. It's going to be about e-learning. It's going to be about, online meetings. Are we ready for all this? Do we have these skills? Are we getting ready with all these skills for future? Also, when I come to retail 2020 and talk about the trends in retail 2020, the trends currently, if you look at the Indian retail market, the Indian retail market is growing at 16.7% compounded annual growth rate, and it is going to reach at $1.3 trillion by 2020. As per Times of India report, June 2015. Futuristically, what is going to happen in retail? I see e-tailing is going to stay on, rather it is growing at a double-digit rate. Most of the consumers are buying online, but they are buying offline too. So that is multi-channel retailing happening. This is going to continue. The challenge will be giving a seamless experience for both offline and online channels. Are we ready for that? We are facing challenges currently also, but this is going to grow at a phenomenal rate. Also, the shopping is going to be more personalized and customized. That means maybe the retailer is going to change his strategy to plan a range around a particular customer and offer him or her as per his or her choice. Also, in future, the growth in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, as far as retailing is concerned, is going to shoot up. And at what rate? 50 to 60% annual growth rate. We also see that as per the KPMG report, the key categories which are going to sell highest in future in terms of retailing is going to be food on the top. Next is going to be consumer electronics, followed by apparel. Coming to the course, because how I have to now tell you how this course, postgraduate diploma in fashion business, is going to help us in preparing ourselves for futuristic skills and futuristic trends in the market, especially when it comes to the business of retail. The postgraduate diploma in fashion business lifestyle retail course is a 2-year holistic course. It's a very comprehensive and an intensive course, and it's industry oriented. That means it's very practical in nature. The core functional areas that this course focuses on are visual merchandising, and retail operations. But there are other functional areas also like retail strategy, branding and communication, and retail marketing. Now, how is this course beyond MBA, beyond a regular MBA? The course is practical oriented, as I just said, and it emphasizes on niche businesses like online retailing, or you could also get into mall management. But the MBA, on the other hand, focuses on large-scale businesses or generic businesses. Whereas as I told, in lifestyle retail, we are looking at the niche businesses. Also, lifestyle retail course focuses on blended education, where the learning is not just happening offline within the classroom. We also have online learning through Blackboard, where the students goes online and involves into group discussions or quizzes, can also upload the resources and come back to the classroom for a discussion. So this course is being offered through blended mode of education, that is a hybrid education. And also this course gives an opportunity to the student to go to NABA Domus for a month to get that international exposure. And students over there, they visit various luxury stores, they go to buying houses, they also visit malls. They get to know about the world of fashion. If I look at MBA is more of face-to-face and it's more of theoretical. So that was the difference between MBA and lifestyle retail course. So lifestyle retail is very much beyond the regular MBA course. Let's see how the curriculum of lifestyle retail course looks like. This, as I said, this is a 2-year comprehensive course. Year 1 is divided into 2 semesters and year 2 is again divided into 2 semesters. And between year 1 and year 2, there is a 2-month internship for practical learning. Let's see what all subjects are offered in year 1, semester 1. We have Introduction to Fashion Business, Business Environment 1, Business Research, Business Communication, and Design Thinking. Design Thinking is a newly added module to the curriculum, and it helps us in problem solving, which is very creative and innovative in the process. So how do we solve problem innovatively and come up with innovative solution? That is what design thinking is all about. In semester 2, subjects like retail systems and processes, business marketing and communication design, advanced business research, business environment 2 are taken up. Coming to year 2, in semester 3, the retail systems and processes goes at advanced level. And then we also have entrepreneurship and project management to prepare you to be an entrepreneur. So tomorrow, if you want to have your own set of stores or chain of stores, this module will definitely help you to come up with your own business. Then we have SCM and business intelligence, and SCM is about supply chain management. And another module which gives an opportunity to you to go for an overseas exchange in NABA Domus Milan. In semester 4, we have a live project which is in association with the industry, where the students, they identify a real life problem within the industry and work upon the solution towards those problems, taking into account the entire research process which they have studied in the previous semester. Then they generate alternative solutions to those problems and come up with their own recommendations. Coming to placements. So how does the placement look like when you do a PG diploma in lifestyle retail? The students, they can be placed in 4 verticals. They can go for lifestyle brands, luxury brands, they can get into online retailing, or they can also get into mall management. So within lifestyle brands, brands like Zara, H&M, Ferromoda, Jack and Jones, UCB, Bata, Tommy Hilfiger, Marks and Spencer, Urban Brands, Reliance Brands, to name a few. They have been taking our students. And coming to luxury brands, students have been placed with Genesis, Louis Vuitton, Burberry, Salvatore, Infinite Luxury, Jimmy Choo. And within online retailing, there is a placement opportunity with brands such as Jabong, Fashion and You, Myntra, Snapdeal, Flipkart, LimeRoad, Koofs, and there are some startup companies also within online which have approached us. And then in malls, students can also get placed in Emporium Mall and Select City Mall. Then coming to the careers within retailing. So what are the career prospects? The students after doing this course can become a store manager gradually. Initially, they are taken as management trainees, and then there is a growth opportunity to be a store manager. They also can make a career in visual merchandising and become a visual merchandiser. You can become a department manager, a retail merchandiser, product manager, retail buyer, category manager, brand manager, retail planner, marketing and sales manager, customer service manager after doing this course. So these are the various avenues or profiles in retail. Let me just take you through certain activities or students' work which is done under this course. So this course facilitates you to get involved in activities such as life projects. So what is a life project? For example, the picture which is on the slide right now is a picture of a life project at Select City Mall. So our students, they worked on a VM display at Select City. What they had to do is come up with the concept of making a Christmas tree, and that concept has to be very innovative. So in the picture you can see what has been used is cycle wheels, and there were other ideas as well, like somebody had used egg crate, somebody had used a mirror, somebody had used the books, old books. So every group, because it was a group exercise, had different ideas or innovative concept to do a Christmas tree. And this project was a live project because it was done at Select City. So we do get many more industry projects. So industry wants our students to work on their projects. That's a live project. Then students also go for internship. So they get this opportunity twice in the course. One is in the month of June and July after the year one, and other is in semester 4 when they are doing their life project. The semester 4 internship is slightly longer than the one which they do in June, July, because that's for 2 months, and this semester 4 is for 3 to 4 months. So there is where the practical learning comes in. Also, we call industry experts to our classrooms. We organize for master classes where the industry experts take us through what is happening practically in the world of retailing. So experts from the profile of visual merchandising, operations, marketing, retail merchandising and buying, they are called, and they are they take practical issues or challenges which the retail industry face within these profiles, and this is how again a practical exposure is given to the students. Besides this, we organize for various competitions. Like of lately, we had organized for a VM display competition. And in this semester, we are planning to go ahead with certain competitions like T-shirt design competition and also Kabar Se Jugaad, which is coming soon. So very creative themes we organize competitions for. I mean, we give that spirit of competition, and here not only retail students participate, sometimes the students from other courses are also invited to take part in these competitions. So the themes of the competitions are quite creative and innovative, so that this kind of thinking innovatively is inculcated into the students. Because as I showed you on the slide, one of the trends which is required futuristically is creativity and innovative thinking or design thinking. This is how we build in this kind of a skill through such like competitions which are revolving around creative themes. Then we also take out students for field visits. So it's not just classroom learning, it's beyond classroom. We are taking them out to malls, to stores. We are taking them out for factory visits. We are taking them out for industry talks. Sometimes the industry cannot come to the institute, then we take them to the industry for a talk or for a presentation. Like we are planning to take our students out for educational trip, and that will automatically cover the field trips in another city. And it is going to be an educational trip where the students will get to know how the practical world of retailing is working, how the integration between different process and functions of retail, take place, how they work in conjunction, and many more things. Lastly, I would like to say, yes, we do focus a lot on workshops, because workshop is very helpful in engaging the students and making them do things practically with their own hands. I'll just take you through series of pictures that will give you an idea of what all activities have been done in the last year. And whatever I've just said, you will be able to relate with it better when I take you through these pictures one by one. So this is workshop on design thinking, where the students have created a model of how the Pearl Academy should look like. So in terms of problem solving, they have worked upon a particular problem, taking into account the problem. They have worked around a model around that problem. Then this was a workshop on product development. And here, things such as costing, things such as sourcing, how the entire product development process is, how a buyer and a sourcing person is related, or a PD person is related, or the entire functioning is very much integrated. So such like inputs were given to the students, and in fact a lot of emphasis was given on the costing. So how a retail merchandise in fact and a buyer takes into account the practicalities involved in the costing. Then this is a picture on international exchange. As I told you, students get an opportunity to go to Domus Academy in Milan for an international exchange. This is for a month. And here the students definitely, they get an international exposure by visiting to various stores, by visiting buying houses, by visiting luxury stores and other things. Then this is a picture on industry project, how the jury is conducted for the industry project, which happens in semester 4. So these are various experts both from industry and academic world, which are part of the jury members. And so every student, presents their own concept, their own idea of starting a new business. It's more of an entrepreneurial venture based project, where you have to come up with your own unique ideas or innovative ideas of starting a new venture or starting a new store. And the academic process over here at Pearl Academy is very rigorous. It's the quality is taken into account in terms of giving the feedback, and it's a process, because the jury doesn't happen right at the end of the semester. It's a process which starts at the beginning of the semester, and there are formative juries which help students to get a feed forward on their work and then progress on their work and improve their work, and finally we come up with the final jury. This time the jury was supported with an industry walkthrough. So both the jury and industry walkthrough took parallelly. So what happens in industry walkthrough? The people from industry are called, the experts from the industry I would say, they are called to observe the student work, to view the student work, and also to get into the process of questioning them and taking a viva as to understand what they have done, and are they close to the practical world, are they able to satisfy the needs of the industry, is their work fitting into the industry standards or not. So this is how we make sure that our course is very much industry driven or industry oriented, because we get into the process of taking feedback from the industry every now and then by calling them for the juries, by calling them for the talks. And this is how our course is very much in sync with the requirement of the industry and is updated. Now I'll give it to Bhaskar. Bhaskar is going to talk about PG fashion business in marketing and merchandising. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, and I hope that I am audible. Uh, while I am just explaining you about this my course, I would like to draw your attention towards what the market potential is all about. Because at the end of the day, once we look into the market, the job market, the requirements, then we can understand the importance of doing this course. So starting with the market potential, the market looks somewhat like this. Though this is a bar chart, which is not very interesting, but let me look at the figures, and the figures will be astonishingly nice to hear. Currently in 2010, which is like 4 years back, the domestic market consumption on textile and apparels was at 57 billion. This is going to increase almost four folds. This will be going to become $200 billion by the year 2025. So basically our aim is to get professionals, get skills, get skilled persons into the market who can cater to this fourfold increase in the domestic consumption of textiles and apparel. So are we ready for it? This is what we are asking the question. And what Pearl Academy is doing is that Pearl Academy is getting courses which are the cutting edge courses with curriculums which is industry ready, and this is how we are educating our students to take on the challenge which is going to, and for the catering to the market which will grow 4 times till 2025. So this is the growth that we are looking at, which is 200 billion US dollars by 2025. So apart from that, India is also one of the fastest growing market along with China, and this is worldwide phenomena, not only in Asia. And this report has been validated by a management consultancy firm called Wazir. So while we look at these interesting figures, we just want to understand whether Indian youth is willing to take on the challenge to cater to this market. If they are willing to take on to cater to this challenge, they have to develop some skill sets, and all these skill sets are part of Pearl Academy's vision of imparting to the coming generation. So let's talk about the course that I will be talking about. This course is known as Postgraduate Diploma in Fashion Business, specializing in marketing and merchandising. So let's take a deep breath and see how this entire course is delivered and what are the deliverables along the course. So this is a course. So let me take the name again, which will be Postgraduate Diploma in Marketing and Merchandising. And this is a fashion business course. This is a 2-year full-time course validated by Domus Academy, Italy. So this course is delivered across 4 stages, which is 4 semesters. We start the first semester by imparting theories and concepts which is related to the industry. So because the students who come has a diverse background, some come from the humanities stream, some from the science stream, some from the commerce stream. So starting to build up a strong base of understanding, we take them through all the theories and concepts which is relevant in the industry. And then while we are imparting these theories and concepts in the classroom and across the online hybrid education system, we also try to link their learning outcome through some project that is linked to the applicability of these theories and concepts. So at the end of the semester 1, the student has already understood the basics of the industry and also done a project where they have applied the theories and concepts that they have learned. Coming to semester 2, the students are given knowledge on fashion products, brands, the awareness on the brands, the promotions, selling, and all the other aspects which they have, which is a more intense information about the industry. And at the end of the semester, they go through a 2-month long internship, which is their first interface with the industry. So they work with the industry to understand all the aspects, all the departmental works that is possible and how the entire process of business takes place. Once they come back into the third semester, then we take them into the in-depth knowledge of the industry, which includes manufacturing, various departments involved there, processes, strategies, and finances. There is also a module class for entrepreneurship, which also gears the students to make them interested in any startup venture that they might be interested in. The student uses learning to submit the integrated project at the end of the semester, and this integrated project is designed in such a way that it is the best interface between the theories, their learnings, and their applicability in the industry. Most of the students who have gone through this project has given the feedback that they feel closest to the industry after going through this project, doing this project. So once we feel that these are the industry ready people, the fourth semester we get the students associated with the industry on a long-term industry project where they are interning with the industry for 3 to 4 months on a live project. The live project is a project that is given by the company they are associated with, and it is associated with some of the design or issues that are happening in that industry. The students are given those tasks and they work on getting a work progression to get a solution to that task. So this is one of the most intense fast track courses that we can give to this industry for making marketing and merchandising professionals in 2 years. So some of the course highlights that I would like to draw your attention to is the workshops on design thinking. This is a new thing that we have introduced, and design thinking is one of the pioneer skill set that is going to be in top demand by 2020. This module tells you how to do how to bring about creative solutions to problems which is arising out of your day-to-day life or maybe out of any situation. Students are also involved in a live project and they have installed Christmas tree in Select City Walk. Though this is a part of a marketing and merchandising process, but we feel that the student should have a wholesome learning, and that's how we collaborate with other teams and verticals to make the students learn about other aspects of the business as well. Students are also taken for a factory visit to Pearl Global to understand the manufacturing of the clothing and various processes which takes place to export the garments or to take the garments into the domestic market. Workshops on product development also help the student to understand the various aspects which can be put into getting a new product to the customer, which is getting more demanding day by day. Also under the international exchange, 11 students from this cohort has been selected and they went to Domus Academy for a module on uh, integrated marketing communication, and they have come back with very good feedbacks. Industry specialists are also part of the jury which is evaluating the project, thus making the project more critically uh, uh, assessed by the industry and getting it more practical day by day. That is how we are delivering the entire module, and that is how the kids are becoming more and more industry ready. So while I am recapping the entire curriculum once again, just for you to understand that fashion business management in marketing and merchandising imparts knowledge and skill needed to run a global and domestic fashion brand. This can be also a startup that you are thinking or planning to do. Curriculum includes product development, product planning, order procurement, negotiations, cost negotiations, time and action calendar, productivity enhancement, marketing, retail, and others. It also acquires significant sufficient diversity for both Indian and global exposure. So while students are also encouraged to take Indian brands as well as global brands at the same time, so that they can have the aspect of internationality as well as domestic business. This program specializes in marketing and merchandising. Now let's look at the careers that the students who are graduating out of this course are getting into. Students are getting it as taking up jobs as merchandising specialist, production managers, marketing managers, buyers, vendor management managers, and visual merchandisers across top recruiters in India. Some of them include H&M, Marks and Spencer, Lee and Fung, United Colors of Benetton, Jebong, Arvind, Shahi Exports, Shopcluse, Madura, Fab India, William Econo, Adidas, and Triber. So it was a pleasant thing to explain you about the course. Now Megha will take over.
Thanks a lot for this interesting session, Ritu and Bhaskar. We are now open for question and answer round. Please type in your questions in the question box on right side and we will answer them for you.
Do you have any questions?
So our first question is what further studies I can opt for after doing this course of merchandising and marketing? Bhaskar?
So this is a course where students can opt for because we are a part of laureate. So there are at least we are associated with 80 universities across 30 countries in this world. So the student can opt for any of the universities to do his further studies from. So he can get in the internationality as well as he can get a global exposure while he goes on for this study abroad.
So our next question is, what's the difference between fashion business lifestyle retail course and marketing and merchandising course?
Yeah, the first semester is on the same platform because the students are coming directly from colleges and we put them on the same platform. Uh, General managerial subjects are taught just like business environment, which takes into account the organizational behavior, the HR, finance, marketing. These are generic subjects, and also introduction to fashion business, which is again a generic subjects because in these two courses, these generic subjects are revolving around managerial skills. Coming to semester two, there is a variance. Semester two here is where the basics of the domain start, be it retailing or marketing and merchandising. Another thing is the lifestyle retailing course is the only course which gives you an opportunity to start up your own business, get into entrepreneurship. Because as I just said in semester four, students come up with the ideas of startups and and then they materialize into the entire business. What will be the entire business process like, starting from not just the conceptualization, but getting into the financial aspect, the operational aspect, the merchandising aspect, visual merchandising, everything to do with their own stores and their own business. This is the entire project in semester four. Plus, in lifestyle retailing, when it comes to merchandising, it is about retail merchandising. It is not about product merchandising. It is not about export merchandising. It is about retail merchandising. And retail, as you know, is the last link in the distribution channel. Retail is the only link which connects to the consumer, the final consumer. So here we take into account um, how will we answer the needs of the final consumer, and thereby get into the process of developing a range around it within the merchandising or getting it sourced from the company. So when I talk about retailing, it's purely focused towards retail merchandising where the skills of planning, retail planning will come into picture. It will also involve skills of sourcing and costing and pricing, right? Whereas if I look at marketing and merchandising side, is more to do with the product development and getting the product developed and then selling it to the buyers who further sell it to the store. So there is that difference, and retail is the course which will take you through the concept of entrepreneurship, how we manage our own business, start our own business, what kind of finance will be required, what kind of range will go into the store, how will we plan the display inside the store, or how many chain of stores should we open to get the required margin and the profits. So, and also thinking of the strategy of growing in the industry in terms of diversifying maybe product line extensions and other decisions. There are few things which are common. For example, if I talk about the NABA Domus visit, this is in both the courses. In both the courses, students get an opportunity to go to NABA Domus, which is in Milan, for a month and do a module. This time, the students learned integrated marketing communications over there, and they also got a practical exposure by visiting to the stores, as I just said. Another thing common, as I said, the semester one is purely common. The subjects which is taught in marketing and merchandising are the same as what is taught in lifestyle retail. But from semester two, it becomes very much domain oriented. It becomes very much specialized. So the lifestyle retail students will be specializing in subjects which are very much retail oriented, and marketing and merchandising students will do subjects which are marketing and merchandising oriented. Then as we grow in the course, we become more applicative in our learning. So initial semesters are more of basics, and gradually the students, they start applying their previous semester's learning by the end of the course. So in semester 4, it's purely applicative. So the treatment to the curriculum is same, however, it's a specialization in different domains.
So our next question is, at what position people join the company after completing fashion business management, and what would be the starting salary package?
Okay. Initially, some of the companies take you as management trainee, and but because they would like you to go through a training process, which is very much in context to their work culture, and sometimes there are opportunities for you to join as store manager also straight away. For example, I remember there were few students who were taken as store manager for W as a store. Even in previous cases, students have been taken as merchandise managers. But chances are you start as management trainee, and then the company looks at the, what are you good at and gives you the right profile. Or sometimes you say you want to be a visual merchandiser, but that initial period of training is given as a management trainee. And your other question is, what would be the starting salary package? So the salary package in today's time varies from 3 to 4 lakhs. And sometimes it has gone up to 8 lakhs also.
Any further questions? Thanks a lot to all attendees. We hope the webinar was helpful. In case there are any more questions, please feel free to contact our toll-free number 1800-103-3005 or visit the website. Take care. Thank you.